this dark thing, I think, I don't know where I got it from. Let me clear this one. Okay. So this okay. Yeah, so we've gone through, we've added our training data, we've selected the model, because we don't know much about the model selection, and it's for advanced people. Just we had the default properties that was given to us, and then we added some testing data. Okay, and then you can see we have benign 99 accurate. Let's try an MC for the malignant. Okay, so you can see malignant 80% accurate. Let's see. Okay, so it has a high accuracy that this is malignant. Okay, so you can see 80% accuracy, which is true. So yeah, so that said, you can just go to download model. So download model. So mine is downloaded. Okay, yeah. So since it's done downloading, we'll go to the skin disease AI. So those of you who have plants and then like fruits and the likes, you work in some industry, you want to see whether it's a bad fruit, it's a good fruit, it's a disease, or the leaf is diseased, you can use this.
Can you use the camera to test what type of skin disease it is? And
yeah, you can. But one thing you should know that we've used was 5, just 10 images. So predictions might not give us like good results. So you need thousands and thousands of data to. So at your free time, you just add more data.
Thank you very much.
And then you should also have a health professional in the pipeline, like someone who is in the field, a dermatologist, certifying that, oh, this accuracy is correct. And other than that, you might go and give the AI might be correct, but we don't know. Yeah, it's not always correct, but it's good. Yes, we did something on responsible ML, so you should know that we need experts to be in the field. Okay.
Last time I also asked, can we add maybe treatment to it?
Yeah, treatments. Yeah, you can. Okay, so we can. Okay, so if you want, so maybe you have a label, and then if it's benign, it should give you the treatments. Yeah, for benign conditions. Okay, so maybe you can have a label here, and then you set the label visibility to false, and then when it gets the result, if it's benign, it should show what it should display some text. Okay, like the health condition, like how to work on a benign skin disease or something.
Okay.
Or skin condition. Okay, so that said that. So with the personal image classifier that you picked, okay, if you've downloaded your model, why should go to the properties here for your personal image classifier? That's if you've imported it and then you've from your extension, and then you've dragged and dropped it onto your screen. Each property, we have the model. Okay, so if you go to assets and then upload your model, okay, you go to assets. So I have my model. So this is my model. It's model.mdl. Upload it. And then when you click on the model here, okay, the model property, you should have it here. And then you select the model. This is supposed to be the web viewer one, but I don't know why it's not working today. Okay. Let me see something. Let me see with this. Okay, so with the look, okay, so probably maybe it's okay that way, because with the look image classifier or look component, it allows you to select the web viewer. So I don't know, maybe the personal image classifier, maybe by default it selects the web, but we should have a web view. Let's just proceed. So on screen initialize, okay, I want to ask for permission to have access to what's the camera. Okay, so you want the user to be to grant us the permission to have access to his or her camera. Okay. Here I made a list of dermatologists emergency name. So emergency name, where's the emergency? Okay. So the names of my dermatologists, I made a list of them. I made a list of the dermatologists. Okay. So Dr. Sek to Dr. Y. Then yeah, so remember we picked a list picker. So I want my list picker elements to be what's the global emergency. So it should contain all of these names here. Here, when the person clicks on the dermatologist, okay, you want it to make what a call, select the phone number of the person and then make a call. So that was through, I created an empty call variable. Okay, so it's going to be stored inside, and then it's going to select what the user selects. Okay, if he clicks on Dr. X or Dr. Y or Dr. Sek, it's going to get the contacts of Dr. X or Dr. Y, and then to make the call. Okay, so there's the phone numbers. So this matches them. Okay, so these are phone numbers, like dummy phone numbers. So here are some list of errors. So we have list of errors that we might encounter. Okay, so to be able to display that error, okay, we use this. So the result label is going to display the errors. Okay, like should we encounter any problem? Okay, and then here, when the classify button is clicked, it's going to classify the video data. Remember, our input was video. And then when the floating button is clicked, okay, it's going to call the activity starter to start activity. Remember the parameters that we gave for the activity starter to open Google Map. Okay, so it's going to open Google Maps to your current location and then make a list of all the dermatologists or dermatologists and then dermatologist centers around you. So when the classification is done, okay, we want our status label to change to what done processing, our general label to what predict results, and it should get all the results. Okay, so this is going to display both the confidence level and then the classification and then any other information. And then our result label is going to pick only the first classification. Okay, so first classification. And then we pick the label. Okay, our label, one of the labels is just going to display the two classification, that's benign and then malignant. Okay. Now, when the personal classifier is ready, we want it to set our status label to processing. And then here, this what is doing the toggling between the front and then the back camera. So this what is happening here. That's what is happening here. So first of all, we all know how to create variables. Okay. So our first variable, okay, is called what's the emergency name. So you click on variables, drag the drag this one, global variable, give it a name. So any name, give it any name. Okay, do not use abstract names. Okay, I already have the variable, so that's why I'm just using abstract name. And because of time, that's why I'm just doing quick things. Okay, so you go to your make list, so your list, and then make a list. So for me, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lists. So for time purposes, we are just going to make 2 lists. So just pick an empty text string and then give it a name. Inside, give it a name, Dr. 1, Dr. 2. Okay. And then you can right click and duplicate it. Okay, or better still, you can go to variables, pick the global variable. But here, I just duplicated, so I'm going to call this. So this is going to contain the phone numbers of the doctors. Okay, so I'm going to say Dr. And let me call it phone or contacts. Let's do it contacts. Okay. So you name just delete them or delete this. Delete. Do not delete yours. Okay. So I'm going to change this to contacts. Contacts. So that we don't get confused when we are using them somewhere here. They changed contacts. Contacts. Okay. So when we are using it here, so it's changed. Okay. Yeah, so emergency name. So we need these two variables. For time purposes, just create two sockets for them. So you're making a list of variables, and then create another variable, and then gives us an empty text string. Okay, an empty text string. We'll use it here. Now create another variable. This is going to make a list of what our errors that our AI might encounter. So you create a variable, drag and drop the global name, call it what error message, okay, error message as you have here, and then we make a list. So our list here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need to add 5 sockets. Okay, you add 5 sockets, and then we are making a list of lists. Okay, and then I'm going to make another list. Okay, so make a list. Another list. Okay. So at your free time, do make a list. So about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 sockets, and then make a list of lists. So our first error, okay, is this one. So let me just duplicate this. So -1 means what? When we get a -1 error, okay, it means what? Yeah.
So after the initial global contacts, make a list. After that, where do you go from there?
Yeah, so create another this one, the variable, and then set it to an empty text string. Okay, mine is called what the call. So you just pick an empty global distance, and then go to text, pick this one, and connect it. So it's going to be what call. So it's going to store when we click on any of our list pickers, the call for that particular. So this call, okay, will be entered into this variable, and then our phone number will pick that particular phone contact, and then we can make the call.
Okay, so from there we go to the error message.
Error message. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've demonstrated this. So if you do this at your free time, you should have this list. So yeah, -2 means this, -3 means this, in that order to -7. So mine is called the error message. Okay. So finish it. So make a list, -1, classification not supported, -2, classification failed, in that order. Okay. Okay, so after doing this, when screen 2 dot initialize, so you go to screen 2. When screen 2 dot initialize, you pick this block. You want to seek for the permission of the user to allow us to have access to their camera. Okay. So to do that, screen 2, and then when you scroll down, we have some permission. Let me see if we have the permission here. So in screen 2, we need ask for permission. Okay, so here, ask for permission. Okay, we want this block. Snap it here. Okay, and then you go to your text. We want an empty text string. So the Android dot permission are small letters, and then the camera, okay, are alpha or capital letters. Okay, so from there, okay, so ask permission, and then remember we want to load our emergency numbers. Okay, our emergency name. So our emergency name, we've made what the names of the doctors. We want them to appear. We want to load them on screen initialize. Okay, and we want them to be loaded onto our dermatologist list picker dot elements. Okay, so you go to your dermatologist list picker. Let's scroll down and look for dermatologist list picker dot elements. Then mouse over the name of your doctor, your variable called emergency name, then connect it here. Okay, so you connect it, and then you snap it there. So if you do this, this is what you should get when screen initialize. Okay.